tweaks in other guides before, make sure that you do come in here and double check that these are still applied, as the latest Windows update, which has literally just come out with inside of November as of making this video, would have reset most of these back to the default values, and you will have to come in and enable them again. So for these important optimizations, we can kick off with the most basic of the lot. That is actually your system power plan. Navigate into the bottom left hand side and search power space plan, just like so. Open up the option for edit power plan or choose power plan. Just as long as that has the battery with the cord going around it icon, doesn't matter what it says, click on any of the options. With inside of here, scroll up to the power options tab found here at the top, go down to the preferred power plans, go to show additional power plans, and we're going to be looking for the ultimate performance power plan. As you can see, my PC is actually defaulted back to the high performance power plan from the Windows update in which I just applied. What we're going to be looking for is actually the ultimate performance power plan, and this is a secret power plan in which can be enabled on any Windows 10 PC or laptop, regardless of the system specs. If you guys are running on Windows 10, you should be running this power plan. Simply minimize the power options, navigate inside of the FPS pack provided, and go into the command text document. With inside of here, simply highlight and select everything with inside of here, select copy, and exit out. At this point, navigate to the bottom left hand side, type in the CMD, right click on the command prompt, and make sure that you do run this as an administrator, because if you don't run this as an administrator, inputting this command will not be recognized and nothing will happen. Once you've booted it as an admin, simply take yourself into the top left hand side, press Ctrl and V on your keyboard, which should paste the command, and press enter. At that point, you should be seeing Power Scheme, GUID, Ultimate Performance. At that point, you can then go ahead and exit out. What we're then going to be doing from there is actually navigating back into the power options, going to the top right hand side to the refresh button, scroll all the way down with inside of here, and you should then be seeing the ultimate performance power plan for Windows. Simply then go ahead and navigate and just simply highlight the small tick box next to it, and that's now enabled the ultimate performance power plan with inside of your PC. Once again, anytime after any Windows updates that might be applied, just double check that you've actually re-enabled the ultimate performance power plan, as most of the time with Windows updates, this can be set back to a default value. And we can actually apply some piggyback optimizations to our newly selected power plan. For these, navigate inside of the FPS pack provided, go inside of the optimizations folder, and we can start off by going over to the quick CPU setup. With inside of it, the setup wizard for quick CPU will open up, and at the bottom side of your screen now you'll see an explanation and demonstration as to why you want this program installed and the benefits from doing so. What we're going to go ahead and do is press next, accept the terms, next, and install. After a few short moments, the program will be installed to your PC. Make sure that the launch option has been selected here at the bottom, and then press finish. We're then going to navigate to the top left hand side to the system power plan drop down menu and select the ultimate performance power plan which we set up earlier. If you guys are still running on balanced or high performance though and you selected one of those power plans instead, select that power plan. But for me and most people watching, you should be selecting ultimate performance. With inside of here, take yourself into the bottom left hand side, go to the core parking index, drag the slider and drag this up to 100%. Follow that up with going over to the frequency scaling index and once again drag the slider up to 100%. And finally, last but not least, go to the turbo boost index if you have this option available. If you don't panic, it just means that your CPU isn't supported. But if you do see turbo boost, drag the slider once again to 100%. Once you guys have got all of those settings changed, go to the bottom right hand side and apply all of the changes. It'll then notify that they've successfully been applied, press OK, and we can then exit out of the program as those optimizations have been completed. For some extremely effective and useful system maintenance, what we can do is actually navigate into the bottom left hand side, click on the Windows key and type in %temp% just like so and press enter. With inside of here, you'll then be brought into the Windows temporary folder, which is actually an excess dump for all the Windows programs and applications installed to it. So what we're going to do with inside of here is highlight and scroll all the way down to the bottom. You may have more folders and files with inside of here than I do, or you might have less. Once you've selected everything, right click and select delete. For any prompts that come up with inside of this, select do this for all current items and hit skip. Once you guys are done with inside of there, you might be left with some folders and files remaining with inside of here, and if you are, those are the only folders and files which were actually being used by Windows. Everything else was an excess dump file, caching file, and excess rubbish which your system didn't need on it. Once you guys are done with inside of there, exit out of the temp folder and empty the recycling bin. For the last and final optimization, it's very simple and easy to do. Navigate inside of the FPS increase pack provided one last time. Navigate with inside of the optimizations folder, and what we're going to be doing is actually dragging the Game Boost HD application with inside of here onto our desktop, and also the ISLC version 1021 onto our desktop as well. At this point, you're probably wondering what this program does and why you wish to have it installed to your PC. The ISLC program, or the Intelligent Standby List Cleaner, actually allows you to free up excess RAM in the background, regardless of your system specs or how much RAM you have installed. It aims to roughly keep around about half of your RAM open to reserve files in the background of your PC, meaning that you have a decent headroom and you're not running into any stuttering. Navigate inside of the programs folder, find the Intelligent Standby List Cleaner, and double click on the application. Once you guys have double clicked and opened up the application, you might notice that the application hasn't actually opened to the desktop. If this is the case, take yourself to the bottom left hand side, go to your icon tray and find the small display looking icon found here in the bottom right hand side and double click. With inside of here, your program may not have these options set up already, and I'm going to show you how to do them now. So for the first box, we're going to go to the list size at the top, and the first box we're going to be setting this to 1024 regardless of your system specs. For the second box, this is going to be set up uniquely to your system. So for this, what you're going to be doing is halving your total system RAM. For me, I have 16 gigabytes installed or 16,000 megabytes. To find yours, it will simply be here at the top under total system memory. If you have 16 gig installed, you'll see a similar number to this. If you have 8, it'll be around about 8,000. But whatever the number is found here at the top, roughly half that number and input it into the second box. So for me, that's going to be 8196. Then I'm going to take yourself over to the right hand side to enable custom time resolution. Go to the wanted time resolution box, get rid of all values with inside of here and type in the value of 0.50. Use the delete key to remove anything off the end, and it should look just like that. At this point, we've then set up the program successfully. All you need to then go ahead and do is hit start, purge standby list here at the top, and minimize out of the program, and the program is running in the background. I recommend having the program running at all times whenever you're playing any games, whether it's CS or anything else. Assuming that we've now set up ISLC and we have it running in the background, all there is left to do now is to go over to Game Boost, double click on Game Boost. This won't actually open up anything, it will open up in the background, so don't expect anything to open, but once you've double clicked on it, you're good to go. And all there is left